Hey guys, Wade here from New Mexico Jazz Workshop. Hope everyone's doing good, staying home, staying healthy, eating lots of good food, hanging out with your family, exercising, and also listening to lots of music and dancing and singing because music is nourishment for the soul and for the spirit. And if we can keep our spirit and soul nourished, it helps with our overall health. So last time we talked about the alphabets of music, and how we have an alphabet for writing that helps us put together words and helps us put together sentences. We have alphabets for music, and they're called scales. Scales are the building blocks of music. And we talked last time about a major scale, which goes something like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Or numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So when we listen to songs, we can think about the musical alphabet and how composers are using the musical alphabet in order to compose their music. Today I want to talk a little bit about different kinds of scales. So that scale is what's called a major scale. And major scales are generally happy. When we hear happy songs, they're written with a major scale. But there's a lot of music out there that's kind of sad and reflective and more dark. And that music uses what's called a minor scale. And a minor scale sounds a little different than the major. It sounds like this. Okay, so when composers want to write music that's more obscure and dark, they use a minor scale. Okay, so we have a major scale and a minor scale. Happy music is in generally major, and sad music is generally minor. Okay, so if we go back to our song, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it sounds like this. Okay, that's the song. It's major, it's happy. Now just for a little ear training exercise, I want to do this thing where I'm going to play the same song, but I'm going to play it in minor. And it's going to sound a little different, but here's what it might sound like. Okay, so that's Twinkle Twinkle in minor. Hear how it's a little different? It's a different song. It has more of a somber, sad sound to it. Okay, so I'm going to play it twice more. I'm going to play it in major and minor just to show you the difference. Here's major, the happy way. Here again is the minor key. Difference? So when composers write happy music and upbeat music, they use the major scale. When they write sad reflective music, they use the minor scale. So I want to take a song and I'm going to play it in major and minor, and I want to see if you can distinguish the difference, if it's happy or if it's sad. So here's the song. That song, right? It's Row, Row, Row Your Boat. What do you think? Major, happy, or minor, sad? Okay, so if you said major, you're right, because it's in major. Hear how it's kind of happy? Now I'm going to play the same song in minor. I want to see if you guys can notice the difference. So what if it went like this? That's the minor sad key. Hear how it sounds different? We have major, minor. Okay, And that was Row, Row, Row Your Boat in the major, the original, the happy key. And then I also did it in the minor. So once again, when we listen to music, see if you can think about that. Is it a major scale used, or a minor scale?
This is a tutorial on bandlab.com. This is an online digital audio workstation. So essentially a program that allows you to play and record and edit music. So here we are at bandlab.com, and you have to log in either with Facebook, Google, or another email address. Once you're in, we're going to go to the top right corner where it says Create in a red box. It automatically starts a new project for you, but it gives you the option of the kind of track to create. So we're going to start with a MIDI track. This is an instrument track, and you have options of how you want to create this, but essentially if you have nothing, then you just use this keyboard at the bottom here. You can either click on the notes, or you can use the keyboard on your computer and use those letters that are on the keys. So where it says Z, I'm going to click my Z on the keyboard, X, C, and so on. So you can play the keyboard with your keyboard. Okay, you can go to the left here and change the sounds. And what's cool is you can record loops. So I'm gonna turn on the metronome right here, and that's gonna help once I get started. I think I want to create a bass line. Okay, and so I'm gonna press the record button. Okay, there's my bass line, and now let's create a new track. Add track right here. Let's create a drum machine, and here's your drum sequencer. Notice it's on a 16-note grid. So if we're in 4/4 time and we have 16th notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's how many notes you can fill into this groove. Okay, they give you a generic groove, so let's just hear what they give us. Pretty cool. Let's see if we can make it more exciting. So here are all the sounds from bass drums, toms, snare drums, claps, hi-hats, ride cymbal. Okay, and let's say you want to slow that down. Let's go to 80 beats per minute here at the tempo. See how that sounds. And because the bass line we recorded was MIDI, that slowed that down too. So let's play the whole thing. Cool. All right, let's create a new track, and this time we're going to create a vocal track. And I'll just come up with something on the fly here. So again, I'm going to press the record button, and here we go. Let's see how that sounded. dugu ba ba, rakata, ga ga ga, gu gu, rakita, ga, dugu ga, bagugu ga, gugu ga ga, gugu ga ga ga. You can use your built-in microphone on your computer. You can use an interface. In this case, I believe it was recording from my webcam mic. And you can see the levels here. So if you're peaking, if you're going red, then it's a little too high and you want to turn that down. Also, you've got some reverb here. All right, so I hope that gives you some tools to play with, some ways to create music even from your computer. Again, this is bandlab.com.
Everyone should have an instrument at home. A small soprano ukulele like this only costs about $30. The cool thing about the ukulele is it has relatively the same tuning as the top 4 strings of the guitar, except that it's a 4th higher. So this would be the same tuning as the top 4 strings of a requinto guitar. So if you learn shapes like this, it's a G chord on the ukulele. On the guitar, that chord is a D chord, but it's the same shape. Okay, how about an A minor? On the guitar, now that same shape here is a D minor. So the ukulele is a great instrument just to get you playing, getting your fingers used to these chord shapes. You can get a classical guitar for about $130, or you could make your own stringed instrument for just a few dollars worth of parts from found objects and things that you get from the hardware store. So the things that you're going to need to build something like this are a can, a 1x2 from the hardware store, eye bolts with nuts, wing nuts and washers, baling wire for frets. So in order to build a stringed instrument, we have to know a little bit about the parts of the instrument. So let's take the guitar, for example. The guitar has a body, which is the resonating box. It has a neck with a fretboard on it. So these can either be 2 pieces of wood or the same. It has a headstock, and that's where the tuning pegs are. So basically you have those 3 parts: body, neck, and headstock. You have to tie the strings onto one side, and you have to be able to change the pitch on the other side. The length of the string is really created by 2 things: the nut, where the strings touch at the top of the guitar, and the bridge, where the strings touch at the bottom of the guitar. So from the bridge to the nut, that's the length of your string, at least the part of the string that's vibrating. The other thing that's important are the frets, if you have a fretted instrument like a guitar or a ukulele or a banjo. With frets, it sets definite pitches. If you're going to build one of these instruments, get a parent, grandparent, or aunt or uncle to help you with it. I wanted to show you all another instrument that I made from home. This is called a washboard.